But Janet is really James or Jimmy. Hopefully it's not Ahmed or Ali. But the reality is, how do you stop your children from interacting this way? For those of you who are youth, 51214 has come to the rescue. Because I'm going to ask a serious question. I know that there are parents in the room. I don't mean to put anybody on the spot, but I need for you to be honest with me so that you can be honest with your parents so that we are able to help each other to advance when we go on. Now, if your parent isn't behind you, you don't have to put your hand all the way up here. Put your hand here. I can see you. We don't want to tell you. We want to create a safe environment. We don't want you to go home and have some consequences happening to you. But the reality is, how many of you honestly talk about what happens to you in school on a daily basis with your children or with your parents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now here's the thing, right? Now all the people that have their hands up, keep your hands up if you're in high school. Put your hands up if you're in college. I didn't see anybody else put their hands up. That means that there is no communication. Oh, the guys in the back, I see you. What's happening is that, where's the communication? Now, let me ask you guys something else. Now this is where I need for you to put your hands here. I know your parents said, oh, you're a Muslim, don't touch no boys. You're a Muslim, don't touch no girls. How many people have parents that didn't tell them why they shouldn't touch? Now, I'm asking that question because most parents, they say, okay, it's good enough that you're a Muslim. That's just enough. You're a Muslim, alhamdulillah, you were born, you're going to do everything right. Listen. That's the shaitan trying to shut me up. But we're gonna tell the shaitan to take a walk. The reality is that in most Muslim households, there is no conversation that says, my son, my daughter, let's sit down and talk about how it is that you're supposed to act with the boy and with the girl. What are those parameters? Everybody goes to school. Everyone lives in this society. It is okay for you to talk to someone of the opposite sex. It's okay. Not by yourself. Not if you're talking about things that are inappropriate. Not if there's no one there to supervise what's going on. Then it becomes what? Haram. What about if you have to work with someone in school? You have a project to do? You got to take care of the business? Is it okay for you to work with that person? Yes. But for those of you that's in college, you know how it goes? Yeah, we're going to do this project. We're going to meet each other in the lab. In which building? The science building? Nah, you come to my dorm room. I have a lab set up in there. I don't do a lot. But the reality is, I'm not, your children know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know some smooth brother out there. Somebody. You in here by yourself? You alright? What's up with me and you? I've been liking you for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that headpiece you got on, it's really banging, man. I mean, you know, I like the way you coordinate that with your head wrap, with your belt and your shoes. I'm really feeling that. But they ain't the only thing I want to feel. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Look, listen. At one time, the hijab was something where people used to run away from it. But I'm going to tell you why people are approaching you sisters that are wearing hijab. The people are approaching the sisters that are wearing hijab now because some other hijabi let them know that it was okay for them to come and approach you. But the reality is, do you start talking to your daughters and letting them know that there are going to be people that's going to, as we used to say back in this country a few years ago, push up on them, try to holler at them? Do you start trying to talk to them when they're 13, 14 years old? No, it's too late. You know why? Because your daughters went to school with those same little guys, and I was one of those guys. I don't have no shame in it. When my mother gave me the cards, the prettiest cards went to the prettiest girls. 7, 8 years old, I was ready. I was on the hunt. Why? Because this society is telling the little boys and the little girls that you can celebrate Valentine's Day even if you're 6 years old. These little boys and these little girls, they do what? I've had 8 and 9-year-old tell me, yeah, I was French kissing. What? You're 8 years old. What I'm trying to show you is that as parents, number one, you have to sit your children down and begin then. When they're down here, don't worry, I see the youth in here, I'm coming to you. I'm coming. Just I need to touch everyone right now, but I am coming. If you don't sit your children down and have those talks with your children, if you don't talk to them, your children are talking to someone else. Peer pressure, when these kids are in school, becomes very, very heavy because number one, our children, the Muslim children, when they come out of our Islamic homes, sometimes they feel a little awkward if they're not in school with other people that are Muslims. Especially those of us who are Shia, and when we go to the lunchroom, we can't eat the meat there because it's not halal. You don't like hamburgers? No? You know, it's not ham in it. It's really beef. I know Muslims don't eat pork, but you can eat this. It's just beef. Our kids, they have to deal with that. So a lot of times to compensate, they try their hardest to fit in. So if their friends that are girls have boyfriends, then they want to do what? I'm coming to this, inshallah. The girls want to do what?